First, we're importing the useSWR hook from the SWR library. SWR stands for Stale While Revalidate, which is a caching strategy that allows you to have instantaneous loading experience with consistent data freshness. Here, we define a fetcher function. This function takes arguments and passes them to the fetch API, which sends an HTTP request to the server. Once we receive the response, we convert it to JSON format. The fetcher is a crucial part of making the useSWR hook work. Now let's look at our React component, user profile, which receives a user ID as a prop. This ID will help us fetch user-specific data. The component's purpose is to display the profile information of a user identified by the user ID. Within the user profile component, we invoke the useSWR hook. The first argument is the request's unique key, typically the URL of the API endpoint we are trying to fetch data from. The second argument is the fetcher function we created earlier. The hook returns two important pieces of state, data and error. The useSWR hook handles errors gracefully. If an error occurs during the data fetching process, it sets the error state. Here, if there's an error, we render a simple div element to inform the user that the profile loading has failed. We also need to handle the loading state. If data is undefined, it means that the request is still ongoing. In this case, we display a loading message to the user. This keeps the user informed that the data is on its way. Finally, once the data is successfully fetched, we use it to render our UI. Here, we destructure the user's name from our data object and display a personalized greeting. It is a simple yet effective demonstration of how to fetch and render data using useSWR.